Hey guys, it's Penny with Weird Girl Vintage, and today I wanted to show you another one of my Goodwill outlet hauls. So if you're just joining me, I have been reselling on eBay and Poshmark for about 9 months. So yesterday, we went in the afternoon again. I don't know, I'm liking going in the afternoon. It's a lot more relaxed. Definitely, I think you find the really amazing pieces right when they rotate. But I like going in the afternoon because I just like that it's more relaxed and there's fewer people and nobody's trying to beat you up for a pair of pants. So yesterday we went to the outlets and I spent $32 for 21 pounds of clothing. It was about 25 items. So I'm just going to show you some of the best stuff. So first up, pretty simple one, but I have been grabbing a lot of these lately. So this is an Ed Hardy shirt. Looks like a women's small, and that one I'm going to be listing for $10 on Poshmark, which is not that much. I am trying to grab a little more Ed Hardy lately. I do feel like it's coming back a little bit, so trying to get on top of that trend. Next up is a vintage piece. This one is a vintage Stockton by World Island. And basically it's this pretty simple button front pocket shirt, and it's got like a paisley pattern on it. And there's the back, really great condition. It's kind of like a Western style shirt, so I have been grabbing more of these lately. So the next thing that I found was a vintage CBM Hawaiian shirt. And basically I've just been looking for vintage Hawaiian shirts in general, and this one had a really cool pattern, so I grabbed it. So this is what it looks like. It's short sleeve. Basically it's got this like surfboard pattern on it, and there's the back. So really cool. Very fun and unique. It's a little bit worn, but it's still in good condition. I don't think there's any stains or holes. I'm probably either gonna auction it or I'm gonna list it for $15. So this next one is actually really cool find. I find these every now and then and always grab them just because they're so unique and hard to find. So it's a pair of cast member pants at Disney. So I believe what happened with these ones, so let me show you first. This is what they look like. They're these blue and white striped pants with these really cool deep pockets. So they're a size 10 by 30, so they're actually women's pants, which is awesome. But basically I did a little bit of research and I found out that these are the pants for the Animal Kingdom train that takes you to Rafiki's Planet Watch. If you don't know Disney World, just don't worry about it. Basically, they just rehabbed that train. So I think this is just the old uniform, and I believe they just donated it. Because Disney does that every now and then. There was one time we went to the outlets and we found basically all the retired costumes from the Dino Land. But anyways, it's cool that they donate their retired costumes because then I can grab them. Yay! It seems like there was one other pair on eBay, and they had it listed for I think $90, $100, so I'm gonna list around $50. So next I have a couple of hats, and they're both for sports. So the first one is for the Pittsburgh Penguins. In the back it's up this mesh, and that one is a Reebok Center Ice one. I don't know, maybe I'll auction it because I think hockey season is pretty much over. So next one is another NHL one, and it's for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Bam. But this one is from the 47 brand. So that was one I hadn't seen before, so I was really interested to see what they sell for. That one I'm going to list for $14.99. Next one is a brand that I have been trying to grab whenever I see it in good condition, because I've grabbed it in bad condition before and regretted it. But it is Lacoste. And this one is a long sleeve brown polo shirt with that embroidered gator. I'm gonna list that one for $21.99. So Lacoste, always a good one to grab if it's in good condition. If it's not in good condition, I don't really recommend it. So this next one was super random. I've never found anything like this, and we'll see how it goes. So basically it's a Zara Man. Can you see it there? Zara Man, which I always think sounds like a superhero, but it's this tailed coat, basically, one of those tuxedo old style coats with tails, which is really cool. I've never found anything like this before. It's in great condition. It's a size large. So basically, I tried to find comps online. I found a few, but they were all brand new. So I definitely dropped the price from what other people were selling them for because they sold them brand new. So the next one is another vintage one. I always love finding this brand. It's called Protégé. and it's a size XXL. Basically what they do is they make sweaters that look a lot like the Kuji sweaters. This one in particular doesn't really have that Kuji style, but it's still really nice, and it's a brand that people look for. And so that one I'm going to list for $29.99. I could definitely list it for more if it was the Kuji style, but it is not, so I'm going to list it kind of in the middle. Next one, don't have a brand on it. I'm pretty sure that it's got some damage. So it is, it's a Reebok. I found it. Yay. All right, so it's a Reebok Super Bowl XLVI Indianapolis 2012 jacket with a front zip. So the tag came off and it looks like the top is a little bit damaged, but it's, it's not something that anyone would see if you were wearing it. So, yeah, I'm still going to list it. I was going to list it for $24.99. Now I'll probably list it lower, maybe even just auction it because it is kind of damaged. So, next one is a brand that I always grab every time I find it, and that is the North Face. So, I learned recently that there are different names for the different styles of fleece jackets. So, this one where it's fleece, but then on top it's like this nylon. That is called a Denali jacket. So, fun fact, Denali jacket. You may have already known that, and I'm behind the times. So this one's a size women's large. These jackets, people are always looking for them. I will probably be looking for one at some point. So that one I'm going to list for $38 on Posh. Definitely going to cross-list it. So next one was a cool find. I've never actually found one of these, so this was a first for me. And I definitely did not know what it was at first. So this is a cycling bib. So I've shown cycling jerseys before, but never a bib. And this is kind of what they look like. The bottom, it has this like kind of rubbery thing on the legs, and the seat is actually padded. There's padding at the bottom there if you can see that. It's a pretty good brand. It's called Bon Trajet. This is a size large. It looks like this brand sometimes does the bibs for like, what is it called? The big race. I forgot the name. But anyway, so it's a good brand. So I'm going to list it for $39.99. So I wish I could have found the jersey too, but yeah. So next up, I got a couple of really cool vintage t-shirts. And I figured out that they are from the 80s. So that's always fun. So this one is Screen Stars. I did some research into what the logos are supposed to look like. And it looks like this particular A means that it is from the early 80s, which was cool to know. So this one is a size medium, and it's pretty simple. Basically, it just says song and dance. It has like a graphic of someone dancing, but it's in really good condition. I believe it's single stitched. Why, yes, it is. Huzzah! So yeah, really cool. It's very basic though, and it's not like it's representing anything that people are going to be looking for. So that one I'm going to list for $19.99. Next one though is a really, really cool one. I was very excited about this. And this one is a vintage CP or Collegiate Pacific shirt. It's a size large, and it is a vintage YMCA shirt, which I thought was really cool. I actually found two of them, but one of them had stains, so I gave it to Connor, and he's going to clean it up and probably just keep it for himself. And I believe it's single stitched. Well, yes, it is. So very exciting. So that one, because it is more something that people recognize and might be looking for, I'm going to list it for $24.99. Maybe more. I don't know. I think it's really cool. Next one was actually, funny enough, the best find all day, and I would have never guessed it. So it's Universal Studios, and basically, I've shown these before. They're the Halloween Horror Nights shirts, right? So they're for the horror nights that they do at Universal, and it says your time has come. But basically, I guess this particular shirt from 2002 is like super rare. So I looked it up on eBay. The last one sold for $60, but there's no other ones listed with this particular design. There were two with a different design that were listed for like $130 or something. So I think I'm gonna list this for $100. Definitely gonna take an offer. I don't know. I'm like, am I the only one out there? Like, it's pretty cool. So that's a size medium. Dope. Never would have expected that with a non-vintage Horror Night shirt. But if you find any from 2002, I guess the reason why it's so cool and like people are looking for it is it was the first year that they had Horror Nights at the Islands of Adventure, so it was Islands of Fear. I don't know, I'm not going to question it. If there's any collectors out there, let me know that you want it. And finally, last but not least, we have this very fun Tommy Hilfiger kind of like preppy blazer, and it's got this like gold emblem on it, plaid elbow pads, so super preppy, very like, you know, collegiate. So that's a size small, and I believe that is women's. So that is everything from yesterday. So thank you so much for watching. At this point, I am going to throw up how much that is going to be listed for, but I'll also tell you, because I already did the math, it's going to be $676, which is actually, honestly, one of the lower total amounts that I've had, which I was very surprised by. But I do feel like everything that I got yesterday is going to be easier sales. Like, I don't think there's anything that's going to sit for a very long time. So I would honestly rather have a lot of good stuff that I'm going to list for like consistent $30, $20 rather than, you know, have a bunch of things that are just gonna sit for $100 for months. So yeah, thank you guys again so much for watching. I always appreciate it when you guys like and subscribe. That would be awesome. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop them in the comments. And yeah, if you want to keep up on what I'm up to, see the kind of things that I find, what these end up listing for, check out my Instagram. It's @WeirdGirlVintage. And I hope you all have the loveliest day. Bye!